What's going on, fellow rhino riders? This is the front spindle off of my 2004 Rhino 660. Had problems getting the wheel bearings out. They were just rusted in there, seized in there real bad. So went on there, seen some guys taking the big flathead screwdrivers and getting between the spacer. Because there is a spacer in the middle and you can't press the bearing out because there's a lip there. But with the spacer in the middle, the other bearing is against it and it's real tight and you can't get a punch or a screwdriver really in there. I mean, it just depends on how much rust has built up inside of the housing. You might get the bearing to move a little bit if you take a big screwdriver and a hammer and try and squeeze between the bearing and this spacer. But what I did, I know there's some pullers online, but what I did, I had this clutch alignment tool forever, and it's been just sitting on my shelf, and it was in Spanish, so I really didn't know what it was, but I looked it up and it was a clutch alignment tool. But it has this little handle that slides on it, and it's got these little ridges on it. So what I did, I put it in my press and I pressed this all the way in as far as I can get it, and as I was pressing it in, I flipped the spindle over and tried to press it out, and my bearing came out. So now I just got to get this out. I can just press that out, but it has this little handle thing, which I don't do too many 5-speed transmissions, and I got some other alignment tools, so even if I damage this, it's just the part where you hold it. I don't know, but just something you can use. It's kind of cone shape and it fit tight into the bearing, and it's got those little ridges, so if you can find something that you can kind of ridge down in there, you can press that bearing out, or you can just go ahead and order a bearing press tool. I thought that's what that was, but that's a clutch alignment tool. And I tried to Google the part number, and that didn't come up. So I had thought about it. I said, what if I press this in there all the way till it tightens, and then flip the spindle over, because it was actually in like that. I pressed it in that way, and then I flipped the spindle over this way, and I put a socket on top of it, and I just start pressing, and it pressed the bearing out. So now I can get to my other bearing, which would be easy. I can just press it out of there, and we got the new bearings and seals right here. So that's it. So if you got a good press, you might can take a hammer and hammer it in there as far as you can go, and flip it over. But you can see the bearings are shot. So anyway, just a quick little video, just different ways you can get these wheel bearings out on the Rhinos, the Grizzlies, probably other models, other brands. I mean, if it's got that lip in there, you cannot press the bearing out because it's got that lip. So they got to come out one way at a time. That one goes that way and the other one goes that way, or vice versa. Alright, so I'm gonna get this thing back together, and happy riding. So on my new bearings, I decided to go ahead and just take the top off of it, and just take like you a little needle punch, just barely pry the top off of it, and you can see how much little grease they put in there. So what I'm gonna do is take some wheel bearing grease and pack it real good, and then I can pop the little top back on. Just try not to damage the sealing top when you take it off. It'll go back in there just like that. And if you can pack some more grease in there, more than what they put in there, it'll help that bearing last a long time. Just one more quick idea. All right, later.